Hello, it's Olivia and welcome to your weekly Motorsport wrap-up. I'm here to tell you everything you may have missed in the world of IndyCar, Formula 1, feeder series, Formula E, literally any motorsport category this week. So let's get started. Of course, we have to talk about Formula 1. It's going to be the Singapore Grand Prix this weekend, the first of a double header, with the second location being at Japan. Going in from our last race weekend at Monza, Max Verstappen broke Sebastian Vettel's record and now has 10 wins in a row. He'll be looking to make that 11. And Red Bull, they've won every race this season so far, so let's see if they go the actual whole season without losing a single race. In terms of Sergio Perez, he's in good form. He finished P2 in the race at Monza compared to some of his lesser than race performances and qualifying performances. He'll be looking to continue this, especially with the speculation going on around his seat. Lots of drivers are being thrown in as having connections with Red Bull, including Lando Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and even Liam Lawson. So Sergio will be looking to have some good performances to show that this is his seat and that he deserves it for the 2024 season. In terms of Liam Lawson, it's assumed that he'll be remaining at AlphaTauri for the Singapore Grand Prix and also Japan, with Daniel Ricciardo planning to make a comeback for Qatar. It's sad to see Daniel Ricciardo not being able to race, but I feel like with Liam Lawson we are witnessing something very special. He finished P11 at Monza, showing that his performances are just going up and up. Speaking about the Marina Bay Street circuit, there have been some changes made to the track, including turns 16 to 19 being removed and replaced by a long straight. So instead of having that mini tunnel where we go under the grandstands, the drivers will have another overtaking opportunity. This is hopefully going to put less demand on the brakes and mean that we have less rear tyre degradation, meaning that each tyre lasts a bit longer. Alpine's Esteban Ocon and Williams team principal James Vowles have both expressed that they're very happy with these changes to the racetrack, as that turn sequence has previously been very heavy, as I said, on the brakes and on the tyres. Because of these changes, the track is actually shorter now, only 4.94 kilometres long, so they'll be increasing the amount of laps to 62 laps. We'll just be looking to see if any other teams can pull a good performance out the bag. Hopefully a new winner, please, because Max Verstappen winning all the time is not the most fun to watch. But moving over into the feeder series, we have some very special news, as a new Formula 4 has been announced in Indian Formula 4. In this category, there will be 12 cars, all run by MP Motorsport, and the entrance fee is only €115,000, which is a lot less compared to other championships of the sort, such as Italian Formula 4 or the previous ADAC Formula 4. So it initially was meant to be launched back in 2022, but it was pushed back to 2023. There'll be 5 different rounds ranging from the 14th of November to the 9th of December. Each round is going to have 3 races, and though 10 of the drivers are yet to be confirmed, we do have 2 drivers that have already been confirmed. Dion Gauda was the first driver to be announced. He's currently racing in British Formula 4 and sits P4 in the championship. And the second driver to be announced was Akshay Bora, who sits P9 in Italian Formula 4. So already we have some quite competitive drivers in this category. India are trying to show themselves to be an affordable but also a competitive place to race, so the low cost is a great way to show that. But speaking about actual racing, we had Formula Regional European Championship 7th round this weekend at Spielberg. There were 2 different races. Race 1, Rafael Camara for Prema went pole and then took the win. And then in race 2, Alessandro Gusti for G4 Racing took pole and then took the win. But most importantly, we're looking to our championship protagonists, which going into the racing weekend was Kimi Antonelli and Martini Stenshorn. Kimi had a great weekend, finishing P4 in race 1 and taking a podium in a P3 in race 2. Unfortunately for Martinez, it wasn't so great, as he failed to score points in both races, meaning that Kimi now leads the championship by 33 points. The championship fight is still on as we have 3 rounds left, but at the moment it's looking like Kimi may be taking that championship. Martinez will be looking to break down that point gap a bit more at our next round in Monza. Going over the Pacific, we have some IndyCar news, as we had the season finale during the 2023 Firestone Grand Prix in Monterey, which was held at the Laguna Seca circuit. Before even going into the race weekend, Alex Palou had been crowned as a 2-time champion. This is with Chip Ganassi. And honestly, Alex Palou is living the life. He's winning championships and breaking contracts. It's honestly been an incredible season for Alex Palou. He's taken 5 wins, 10 podiums, 13 top 5s and 17 top 10s, alongside 2 P1 awards, which made him the winner of the P1 award at the end of the season. Going on with the awards, we had Rookie of the Year in Marcus Armstrong. Despite not competing in any ovals, he's still taken this award, and I find it quite interesting. I did a video of this over on TikTok, which you guys should follow me on at Motorsport Live, talking about how Formula 2 drivers are now going to IndyCar and finding success. If you don't know about Marcus Armstrong, he was in Formula 2 for 3 seasons where he finished P13. He didn't really capture anyone's attention, but he's come over to IndyCar and he's really thriving, and it's great to see him perform so well. He's extended his contract with Chip Ganassi as well, so hopefully we'll see him really develop into a great IndyCar driver. But the race, I couldn't even begin to break it down for you guys because so much happened. All I'm going to say is on lap 1 at turn 2, there was a let me not say five-way, that sounds so bad. 5-car collision, which is absolutely insane. But in the end, it was Scott Dixon who took the race win, despite having a grid penalty, an early on-track penalty, and also having to navigate all of those cautions. He definitely deserved that win. It's honestly getting so cold in the UK, I can't even anymore. P2 in the race was Scott McLaughlin, who also secured P3 in the championship. And then P3 in the race was Alex Palou, as we all know, who was the champion. Other points from the race, it was Felix Rosenqvist who secured the final P1 award of the season, and it was Callum Ilott who was the biggest mover during the race, starting P20 and finishing P5. In terms of the championship, as I said, the champion was Alex Palou, P2 Scott Dixon, P3 Scott McLaughlin, P4 though was Pato Award, and P5 was Joseph Newgarden. As we all know though, when one season of motorsport is over, they are just preparing for the next season, and we've had some contract extensions and changes. So David Malukas will be going to Aaron McLaren. He will actually be accepting this offer, unlike Alex Palou, who turned McLaren around and said, no, I'm going to stay with Chip Ganassi. And he'll be replacing Felix Rosenqvist, who claimed that he chose to leave and it was actually a choice, but I'm not so sure if that is true. But he'll be joining Maya Shank, and then as I said, Marcus Armstrong got a contract extension. As I said, very well deserved. He was Rookie of the Year. Also, apparently Felipe Drugovich has been linked with a few IndyCar teams, but has turned them down in the hopes of getting a Formula 1 or Formula E seat. So we'll see how that develops over the rest of the year. And then I've got a final bit of miscellaneous news for you guys. Felipe Massa is looking for the support of Lewis Hamilton in his lawsuit. Felipe Massa's lawyers are suing Formula 1 and the FIA for the 2008 Lost World Championship. He claims that the FIA knew enough about the Crashgate incident, which involved Nelson Piquet Jr. and Renault, which eventually allowed Fernando Alonso to win the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix. He claims that the FIA would have had to exclude Renault from the competition, which would have allowed him to win the championship, though this is all speculation to be fair, because he doesn't know how the rest of the races would have gone had Renault been disqualified. But by the point, his lawyers are suing the FIA and Formula 1 management for tens of millions in damage. He claims that this is both to his name, as he now is regarded as a Formula 1 driver rather than a Formula 1 world champion, and he also claims that he's lost tens of millions in bonuses, because as we all know, if you win the championship, you're getting a hefty bonus, especially if you race for Ferrari. So he wants Lewis Hamilton's support. I doubt he'll get it, because personally, if I won my first F1 World Championship and the guy that lost to me wanting to now bring this back up 16 years later, I wouldn't be the happiest, and I definitely would not support it. But we'll see what Lewis does, and we'll be keeping up to date with that lawsuit because it's quite interesting. But that's all. I hope you guys like this format of video. I'll be trying to keep up to date. I've got my A-levels this year, so I've not been able to be as active over on TikTok. So I'm hoping just doing one of these a week will hopefully be better with my schedule. I'll keep you guys updated though. Love you all, and bye.